All right, continuing videos about what every 10, 11U baseball player should know. This is the third one, starting off with some situational stuff. So 0 or 1 out versus 2 outs, right? You can do different things different times. For example, in my opinion, it's okay for a catcher to throw down to second in a first and third situation when the guy is stealing from first to second and there's a runner on third. You got to be extremely selective, but if you are definitely sure you can get the guy out, go to second, I say you get the out and you get out of the inning. Obviously, that's something you probably wouldn't do with 0 or 1 outs. Usually you just fake the throw or put in some trick play where you gun it to a charging shortstop or second baseman who throws it back home, trying to get the guy from third going home. But anyway, talk to your coach if y'all want to try something like that, or to see if it's okay to do that, to see if it's okay to throw down to second and get the guy out if you're certain you can get him and you know there's 2 outs. That gets you out of the inning even though there's a guy on third. Same with, in my opinion, it's okay for a pitcher to pick off someone who's not the lead runner if there's 2 outs and they have a massive lead and the baseman's aware, sneaks in behind them. Whether you get a signal from the catcher or from the coach or from someone else on the field to make that pickoff move back to first or wherever, even though there may be runners on second or third. Especially a lot of times I see it not just on first but on second when there's a runner ahead on third, and for the last 2 or 3 pitches no one's been holding that runner on at second, so he just is dang near halfway to third by the time the pitch is being pitched. So in that situation, if there's 2 outs and you want to rehearse with your team or your pitcher or your catcher, and definitely your shortstop or second baseman to have a play or a call or a signal to go after that non-lead base runner that's getting a little too comfortable with their not being held on lead in a 2-out situation. So something you should talk to your head coach about and see if he trusts you enough to go do stuff like that. But I think now you're getting to the age and skill level where you should be able to do that and bust some people who are getting a 0 or a 1-out lead as a non-lead base runner with 2 outs. So that's it. You may want to pause it because this next part might hurt your brain a little bit. I want to talk about infield fly rule next, and then after that, dropped third strike rule to make sure everybody knows that it's part of baseball. It's important to know it does come up on occasion, and you want to be certain because sometimes the other team's not. And if they do something that's wrong and you react to them doing something that's wrong, you're probably doing something wrong too. So if you know the situation and you know it in your head that it's right, then you can take advantage and maybe even get a double play where you only should have gotten 1 out or something like that because you know the situation for sure, you're confident, you're plugged in, and you can ball accordingly. So without further ado, the infield fly rule is this. A fair fly ball, not including a line drive or a bunt, which can be caught by an infielder with ordinary effort when first and second or first, second, and third bases are occupied before 2 are out. Okay, I'm going to continue reading. I know it's confusing. We'll go over it a little more in a second, a different way. And then you can always rewind it and listen to it again. Continuing. The pitcher, catcher, and any outfielder stationed in the infield on the play shall be considered infielders for the purpose of this rule. It goes on to state that the ball is alive and runners may advance at the risk of being caught or retouch and advance after the ball is touched, the same as on any fly ball, right? So basically you can tag up if you want, or if they drop it, you can advance, or, unless it's been ruled infield fly. So also if the ball becomes a foul ball, is treated the same as any foul ball. So rewinding back a little bit and explaining it a little better. Here are the key elements in understanding the infield fly rule. One, there must be less than 2 outs, right? So if there's 2 outs, you don't get an automatic third out when there's a pop fly in the infield. You have to actually catch it, which is why runners are running on 2 outs anyway, because if you catch it, it doesn't matter, the inning's over, and if you miss it, they want to be as far advancing as possible, right? So key elements in understanding the infield fly rule. 1, there must be less than 2 outs. 2, there must be runners on first and second, or first, second, and third, right? There must be runners on at least first and second. Whether or not there's one on third as well doesn't really matter, but there must be at least runners on first and second, and there must be less than 2 outs. So 0 or 1 outs and runners on first and second for sure. The fly ball cannot be a bunt or a line drive. Obviously, that's not an infield fly. And an infielder must be able to catch the ball with ordinary effort, right? So if the infielder has to run and dive and it goes off the tip of his glove, you're not going to call an infield fly and say the batter's out on that, right? That was a not ordinary effort. He had to run and dive for it, right? If it's kind of hit right to him or within a step or 2 or 3 from him, and doesn't take much effort, and there are less than 2 outs, 0, 1 out, and there are runners on first and second or first and second and third, then they will call the infield fly if it's fair. You know, pop fly, routine effort can be caught, not a bunt or a line drive, then they'll call the batter out. So the example in the situation where you can take advantage of an infield fly rule, I saw Vladimir Guerrero do it once as a first baseman, was when there are less than 2 outs, but there's only a runner on first, not a runner on second. So the infield fly rule is not in effect. That means when there's a pop fly hit in the infield, in this case to Vladimir Guerrero, the first baseman, and a runner on first only with 1 out, he was able to intentionally miss the ball, pick it up, gun it to second, then cover first, and have the second baseman throw it back to him to get the batter, because the batter was lazy and not running and did not know the situation. Vladimir Guerrero knew he had time to get both, and he did. He took advantage of it, and they could not call the infield fly rule because there was no one on second base, only a runner on first. So you can use it to get a double play. You can't necessarily use it to get a double play when there's runners on first and second, or to get a triple play when there's runners on first and second. So that's the rule. Key elements understanding the infield fly rule. There must be less than 2 outs. There must be runners on first and second, or first, second, and third. Fly ball cannot be a bunt or a line drive, and the infielder must be able to catch the ball with ordinary effort. And in that case, the batter's automatically out as soon as the ball's hit, in the air near an infielder. Routine fly ball near an infielder. All right, take a sip of water, take a break. We're going to come back and talk about drop third strike. It's a little easier than the infield fly, but you need to know when it's in effect and when it's not, right? If you're a batter and you get a third strike, drop third strike, and you just want to take off running, that's fine. You can do that. But if you're, a catcher or a fielder, you might need to know specifically the rule. Drop third strike rule is as this. The batter becomes a runner when the third strike called by the umpire is not caught, providing first base is unoccupied or first base is occupied with 2 out. Okay, so it's a little easier, but the batter who just struck out becomes a runner when that third strike ball is not caught by the catcher. But for that to happen, first base must be unoccupied, or first base is occupied, but there are 2 outs, right? So if there's less than 1 out, less than 2 outs, and first base is occupied, then I would think it would be on to where the catcher can't just drop it, pick up the ball, and get a double play. Right? So the batter becomes a runner when the third strike called by the umpire is not caught, providing first base is unoccupied, no one's on first, or someone is on first, but there's 2 outs, right? So if there's 2 outs, even if someone's on first, you have to pick it up and tag him as the catcher, or throw to first to get, or if the bases are loaded, pick it up and step on home plate if it's, 2 outs. But if there's less than 2 outs, and first base is unoccupied, then you do have to pick it up and tag him or throw down to first. So hopefully that makes sense, is drop third strike for my catchers, knowing when you need to pounce on the ball and tag him or throw down to first, or when you don't have to, based on the base runners and the out situation. So we'll leave that there. Continuing, actually, I'll stop there and we'll come back in the next video, make that one geared for catchers and maybe some sports psychology stuff, like I was talking about earlier with visualization, would be in the 4th video. This is the end of the 3rd. Thanks for watching.